If you've been following this channel for a while, you know we try and test new dash cams quite often. Recently, we noticed a dash cam getting a fair bit of praise online and thought we'd give it a look. The brand is called Torvo, and on paper, the specs sound promising. But honestly, that's nothing new. We've seen plenty of dash cams on Amazon with impressive feature lists that don't deliver in real-world use. So we went in a little skeptical, but curious enough to put it to the test. What we wanted to find out was how well it holds up in actual daily driving, and how it compares to other entry-level dash cams. Does the 4K actually deliver sharp details, or is it just marketing hype? How well does it perform at night? Does parking mode reliably catch everything without draining the car battery? And are there compromises in build quality that make it feel cheap? And so, let's test it and find out. When the dash cam arrived, the packaging was neat and compact. Inside, we found the main unit, which felt well-balanced and solid in hand. The buttons are right here beneath the screen and were easy to press, not overly stiff. In a separate compartment, there was the rear camera with a cable long enough to fit most cars. The box also included a power cable for the cigarette lighter port, an electrostatic sticker, a user manual, and a 64GB memory card already included, which is a nice addition at this price. Like most dash cams, to get the full set of features, we needed to hardwire it, so we also bought the hardwire kit, which came with a long cable and a pry tool. Pretty standard stuff, and at this price point expecting more wouldn't be realistic. It's got this 3.2-inch IPS LCD on the back that gives a live preview of what the front camera sees. We can switch to the rear view or a split screen showing both. The interface on the Torvo TD3 seemed pretty straightforward, and that's something we liked. Right up front, you get the resolution setting where you can switch between 2K and 4K recording. Then you've got loop recording with 3 different duration options plus controls for turning time-lapse on or off and adjusting the interval. There's also a quick toggle for audio recording, along with settings for G-sensor sensitivity, and whether you want the date or GPS stamp on your footage. For the rear view setup, you can keep the mirror view off completely, switch it to a live preview, a video mirror, or just mirror everything at once. Another neat addition here is the license plate input, which lets you embed your plate number into the video stamp. You can adjust the screensaver, volume, clicking sound, speaker levels, and even the boot-up sound right from the menu. Language support is broad, too. English, multiple types of Chinese, Russian, Thai, and Vietnamese are included. Following that, you've got the usual date and time settings, along with GPS testing, time zone selection, speed calibration, and here you can set units from kilometer per hour to miles per hour. For connectivity, the TD3 lets you toggle Wi-Fi and app pairing directly from the interface. And at the very end, you've got the basics. Format the SD card, reset everything to default, and check the current firmware version. Installing this TD3 was the same as any other dash cams you'll find. We mounted it right behind the rearview mirror using the adhesive bracket and tucked the cable into the headliner. It took maybe a few minutes for the front camera. Well, the rear camera doesn't take much time either, and the process was the same as any other dash cams. We spent around 5 minutes threading it through the trim panels to keep things tidy. And after that, we just had to connect with the front unit. Now, of course, to get the parking mode working properly, we had to hardwire. Interestingly, this dash cam uses a supercapacitor instead of a lithium battery, which is great for heat resistance and long-term reliability, especially in hot climates. That was pretty much it. Now let's connect it with the app. After setting everything up, we installed the Vidger app. It connects over 5G Wi-Fi, and the live feed seems to be in real time. We don't see any noticeable delay. Right there on the screen, you get quick controls to pause recording or snap a photo on the spot, which is handy if something interesting happens while parked. Inside the camera file, the layout is clean with thumbnails and timestamps, so digging through clips is straightforward. The clips are saved in 30-second segments, which makes it easy to scroll through and quickly find the footage we're looking for without scrubbing through long files. You can download any footage you like right from here, and the download is quite fast, as you can see. Moving into camera settings, we can adjust the speaker volume or change the video resolution between 2K and 4K. Loop recording durations are customizable, and we also got options for time-lapse, date, and GPS watermarking, and even the rear mirror mode, where we can keep it off, set it as a preview, or mirror the feed. The G sensor can be tweaked right here, with levels ranging from low to high. We keep it on the low setting so it doesn't trigger small bumps or vibrations, and end up filling the storage with unnecessary clips. From this menu, we can also control the boot voice, switch our preferred speed unit, and adjust the time zone. GPS testing and speed calibration are available here too, making it easy to make sure readings stay accurate. There's no cloud storage here, but honestly that keeps things simple and secure since everything stays local. As long as we're within Wi-Fi range of the dashcam, we can quickly pull footage, check files, or change settings without relying on an internet connection. For what it's built to do, fast checks, downloads, and adjustments on the go, the app feels polished and practical. Moving on to video quality, the front camera records at 4K resolution at 30 frames per second, with WDR to balance light and shadows. We usually kept it on 4K front with 1080p rear in dual channel mode. There's no 60 FPS option, even in single camera mode, as the sensor isn't Sony like flagship brands, let's say, Blackview or 70mm. And to be honest, asking for a Sony sensor at this price point will be totally absurd. In fact, if you want a better sensor like Sony, you have to go to the $300 range, which is triple the price of the Torvo, but you still don't get 3 times the video quality. Then, there's no separate HDR toggle since WDR is always on. Daytime footage looks sharp with natural colors, and license plates stay readable even if the car is about half a block away. The lens gives such a wide view that it feels like you're seeing almost the whole street at once, yet it doesn't bend the edges unnaturally like some wide-angle cameras do. At night, the Starlight Night Vision feature worked well under streetlights, keeping license plates visible without overexposing them. In pitch darkness, the footage had some noise, but that's quite normal, and the footage was still usable. The WDR helped balance oncoming headlights better than some other budget dashcams we've tested. The rear camera gives us pretty solid clarity for a secondary unit. It's full HD, but honestly feels sharper than what we usually see at this price point. The field of view is about 140 degrees, which is more than enough coverage for a rear camera. The license plates stay readable even in low light, which is something many budget rear cams struggle with. Parking mode is something we always look for in a dash cam. Torvo calls it 24-hour monitoring, and it uses both motion detection and the G sensor to start recording when the car is parked. Once triggered, it records and locks the file to prevent overwriting. Motion detection works from both the front and rear, which is nice. Parking mode is one of the main things we wanted to test with this dash cam. When it picks up movement or an impact, it quietly kicks in and records a short clip. The recording process seemed quite stealthy, as it doesn't flash anything noticeable. With the sensitivity dialed in right, it reliably triggers when someone walks close to the car or bumps it, but avoids most of the false alerts you'd see on dash cams in this price range. For impact detection, the G sensor works well, waking the camera if someone bumps the car. However, we did find that the default setting was too sensitive, triggering on potholes during regular driving, so setting it to medium or low is better. Unlike some dash cams, it doesn't come with ADAS features. But to be honest, dashcam ADAS isn't that useful anyway, since it often gives false alerts and most people end up disabling it after a couple of days. The parking mode relies on the hardwire kit for power and draws about 3 or 4 watts, which is quite efficient. They used a supercapacitor design here to prevent it from getting fried during summer heat, and we didn't experience anything such so far. Loop recording works smoothly, and just like any other dash cams, it automatically overwrites the oldest clips when the card is full. Important clips can be locked manually using button or through the app, ensuring they're saved. GPS data is embedded in the footage, showing speed and location, which is helpful for resolving disputes. The GPS accuracy we found to be quite precise. In everyday use, we found the TD3 to be reliable for recording daily drives and short trips. Daytime clarity is definitely its strength, with footage sharp enough to zoom in and read details after the fact. Night performance is solid for a budget dash cam, though the rear camera is also decent. The mount's stability and the heat-resistant supercapacitor give it an edge over some other budget models that wobble or overheat. The app integration is another plus, offering easy control and quick access to footage without removing the card. At $99 with a 64GB card included, the TD3 offers good value for drivers who want sharp front footage, usable rear recording, GPS, and app control without spending too much. The hardwire kit is sold separately, which is understandable. It's not a premium replacement for those who need top-tier night vision, but for budget-conscious buyers looking for a solid everyday dashcam, it's an easy recommendation. If you're interested in checking it out, we've included the Amazon link in the description. And if you want to see how it stacks up against other budget 4K dashcams, stick around. We have some comparison videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you in the next one.